All right, thanks everybody for coming. Dave Boyle is going to start us off.
Thank you everybody for coming. And today we're very, very excited to announce that our captain, Roman Josi, has committed to the Nashville Predators for the next 8 seasons. Not only is Roman our leader as our team captain, but he is one of the best, most elite defensemen in the National Hockey League. Although he is yet to win the Norris Trophy, I'm predicting that it's going to happen as soon as this year. Roman has averaged more than 50 points a season in his last 5 campaigns from 13-14. He ranks among the top defensemen year after year in not only points but in time on ice. And under his leadership, the Predators have won 2 consecutive Central Division titles as well as the President's Trophy 2 years ago. And I am confident that Roman is the perfect captain to lead us to our ultimate goal at Stanley Cup championships. I could go on and on about the accolades that Roman has already accomplished in his career, like All-Star appearances, World Cup of Hockey, World Championship medals, the Campbell Cup as the Western Conference champion, but I truly believe the best is yet to come. Just like one of his heroes and another Swiss superstar athlete, Roger Federer, we have no doubt that Roman will get better with age. Peter Lavalette, any comments on your captain?
Yeah, we're really excited. Roman is such a big part of the team from the inside, from what we do on a daily basis. He is a leader every day in practice. Every game that he plays, he's one of our best players, consistently one of our best players, and rarely do we ever talk about his play. The only time we ever talk about it is in a positive light. Off the ice, to his teammates and to the leadership that he brings to our room is second to none. And I think too, just as a person, we've got a terrific person in the game of life for the next 8 years leading our organization. So it's a huge day. We're all really excited about it and happy for Roman that our organization is stronger not only today but for at least 8 more years to come.
Roman?
Well, thank you, David and Lavi. Obviously, this is a really special day for me, my wife, my family. It's definitely a dream come true. I mean, I've been with this organization for my whole career. Nashville has become a home for me. I met my wife here. I got married here. My family loves it here. I met so many new people in Nashville. Yeah, I love everything about this city. I mean, we have the best fans in the league. Like I said, this city is home for me, and I love everything about it. And I think most importantly, every year this organization, David and the whole staff, they put together a team that has a chance to win a Stanley Cup. And yeah, I couldn't be more thankful for my teammates. We have again this year we have such a great team, and it's been so much fun so far. And yeah, we'll do everything in our power to get a Stanley Cup to Nashville, to, like I said, to this great organization. I mean, for everybody in this organization is first class, and yeah, it's a really special day for me, and I'm really happy.
Open up for questions.
Roman, how relieved are you to get this done? I know it's been something that's been a topic since training camp. How relieved are you that this is now done and behind you and you can move forward now?
I'm very relieved. I think we're in the midst of the season. We got a game tonight, so I think as a player, all you want to focus on is playing hockey and win hockey games. So I'm definitely very relieved.
David, considering the importance of this contract, the length, the amount of money committed, how would you describe your approach to these negotiations, maybe compared to others?
Well, it's probably the most important negotiation we've ever had. I mean, you're signing up Roman Josi, our best player, and he's our leader. So there were so many things in the negotiation outside of the obvious, meaning the money, just a little bit more on the relationship part and things that I would want to talk to Roman about, that not necessarily I talk to other players about, some more future thinking. And again, we were all around it for a long time, and should have maybe been done at an earlier time, but I think this all that really matters is today is that we got it done. Brian and I actually met with Roman out in Arizona on the road trip, and I think we had a good conversation, just talking about a little bit about the contract, but more about our team and our philosophy. And I felt after Roman heard us out, and he made a few comments that I felt that we're headed in the right direction, and we got the deal done yesterday afternoon.
Roman, what were your questions, or what did you want to know about the future of the organization there?
I think it's more David and Brian explained to me what their plan is, and I mean, like I said before, this David and Brian and everybody else has done an awesome job every year of putting together a team that competes for Stanley Cup, and I think as a player that's obviously the ultimate goal. And yeah, there's really never any doubt in my mind that they're going to do that for the next couple of years.
What was special about that conversation where they shared their plans that maybe you didn't already know?
Well, I think it's just good to sit together and talk about it, because normally during negotiation it's mostly your agent talking to David or Brian, and you're not really involved. So I think it was good for both sides just to see both sides, and we had a really good chat. We talked for a long time, so I think it just gave both sides a little bit more clarity.
Roman, you obviously had to play with this still out there. Were you confident all along that this was going to get settled sooner rather than later?
Yeah, I think both sides never made it a secret. I always told everyone that I wanted to stay here, and like I said, I love this place, and David didn't make it a secret that they would like to sign me. So yeah, for me it was obviously you want to get it done as soon as possible, but I was pretty confident the whole way that it's going to get done eventually.
David, were you in all, those whole thing can be nerve-wracking, the whole process anyway, and you kind of expected it to probably happen this summer. Did it start wearing on you a little bit, like not worrying maybe necessarily that he would leave, but does it start trickling into your mind that it could be a possibility as these things kind of drag on?
Well, I think that it's already been said, the earlier we get it done, the better it is. I told Roman this morning when we met that just having him sign just, as you say, clarifies a lot of things and allows us to move on with any other opportunities we might have. It certainly knows how much money we have going forward and all of those types of situations. Now, the negotiation was always very, very good. I'd say very professional, if you will. And I can just tell you we were around it for a long time, and maybe could have, should have done it a little bit earlier. But there's reasons why it didn't happen, and again, there's some other things that go into a negotiation that aren't just in the contract. So I think at the end of the day, I think we both feel real good about that it's done. Relief is the word. I'm just happy. I'm glad I'm looking forward to the next 8 years. Roman is a fantastic player, and when I called the agent yesterday, I basically said I'm calling to make a deal, and I said I just want you to know I'm not picking my spots, because your man here was the star of the game in Tampa Bay with a goal and 2 assists. Your man is going to be named second star of the NHL in about an hour here, so I'm calling when basically you have all the cards, so to speak. And I think there was a little bit of a laugh at that point, and we just talked about a few things, and I think we got it done right away after that.
Steve, I know that this was your #1 priority. Now that it's done, how does this affect your long-term planning?
Well, it clarifies where we are. Again, knowing right now as a team that's right near the cap, and now a contract done for Roman, we know what dollars we have and what we can do, and it'll create some decisions for us in terms of where we want to go, what we want to do. I don't want to be specific right now, but my best word for you just gives me clarity that it was the most important signing that we had to make, and now everything else should fall in place.
Roman, a lot of the other core pieces of this team are locked up for a considerable piece of time. As you said, you've been a contender before. How confident are you that this group can break through at some point?
I'm very confident. Yeah, like you said, I think we have a great core, and there's so many guys that have been playing together for such a long time now, and yeah, I'm really confident. I mean, I love our team this year. I think the first couple games have been a lot of fun for us. I think we've been playing some really good hockey. Obviously, some things we can work on, but yeah, like I said, I'm really confident that we can compete for Stanley Cup.
Peter, how beneficial is it for you to know you've got the top part of your D-core locked down for the next few years here?
That's really important. You know, where there's been a lot of these guys that have come up together and developed together, and you know, we put together a leadership group, and Roman was the captain of that team. So today's an important day because, like I mentioned before, he brings so much. It's not just what we see on the ice on a nightly basis, it's what he brings to the room. I count on his leadership all the time, and he knows that too. He's got a very powerful, strong voice inside the room. And we signed a terrific person, a terrific human being. So when you're looking to make a commitment to somebody for 8 years, you want to check a lot of boxes, and we feel like we checked all the boxes.
Peter, just in terms of the hockey aspect with Roman, what is undervalued or sometimes overlooked from a league-wide perspective that you get to see every day?
Yeah, I think, you know, I think what always stands out on players, elite offensive players, is the actual offensive skill. And I think David mentioned the 50-plus point plateau that he's cracked, and you know, his ability to push pace and drive offense. Everybody gets to see that, and what you really get to appreciate is when you see a player that can push offense like that, and you watch the defensive detail in his game and the ability to play against the other leagues, the other teams, their best players in the league on a nightly basis, and you see what he's able to contribute defensively and be a plus player and somebody that you know you can count on from a defensive standpoint. That probably gets talked about a little bit less. It's not undervalued by the coaches or by his teammates, but you know, when you talk about Roman, you probably talk first about the offense that he brings, but I think he's a terrific defensive player as well.
David, does it make it easier when you have so many core pieces locked up long-term, or does it just overall, or does it make it a little bit more difficult maybe when you want to make an addition or make a subtraction like you did this summer?
Well, honestly, I don't think we have to make too many additions or subtractions. I think we, as you just said, the core of the team is here. They're at the right age. They're all top players. I'm hoping what I'm saying is correct, that if we need to do anything, it's just to tweak the team here and there. I think what we did last in the off season with signing Duchesne was a huge signing for us. It was an area that it was a little bit problematic for us. So we just didn't have that elite offense. It was a Freudian thing because now we got to work on the defense, right? So we've been scoring goals like crazy this year. It's been fun, and I think our players really have that confidence, and we know from our goaltending out and our defense that we can play good defense. So I think we're really close. I really like our team. I'm not sitting here signing Roman thinking I want to do this, I want to do that. I'm really happy that we have clarity, having Roman signed it, knowing exactly what we can do or what we can't do. I'm very confident with our team right now.
Roman, that voice Peter mentioned, your leadership in the room, has that changed over time since being named captain to now?
I think so. I think I learned a lot of things. Obviously, I had some great role models before I became captain, but I think even just being the captain, I think you learn a lot of different things. We had 2 different seasons. Kind of the first season was obviously the regular season was great, and last season was a little different, it was a little up and down. So I think just every year there's different scenarios, and I think I personally grew a lot as a captain, just learning how to deal with certain situations, learning how to deal with losses, learning how to deal with wins, and like Lavi said, we have such a strong leadership group. Like Ellie, Eki, Phil, all those guys. I mean, I've known those guys for such a long time, so we're a really tight group, and there's a lot of help from me too.
David, just to clarify, this full no movement clause in this contract?
Yes.
Something that you obviously don't give out easily.
No, it's one of those things that could have basically go into ownership at that level. It's something that obviously Roman wanted very, badly, and it's something that we covet very much. But for Roman, I think this is a unique and a special situation for someone that's our captain, and someone who's going to be here for, I think, the rest of their career.
David, Matt Duchene also had partial trade protection in his contract. Is your stance loosening on your feelings about trade protection?
No. No, this is a unique situation, much deserved, but no.
Roman, why is such a clause important to you?
Well, because you want to stay here, obviously. I mean, I always wanted to stay in Nashville. I wanted to be here for the next 8 years, and I want to play only for Nashville for the rest of my career. So I think it was really important for me. It was really important for my family, for my wife, and yeah, it was definitely something we put a lot of weight on.
Why is that, Roman? What's so special about this place and this organization that makes you want to be here for the long haul and the entirety?
Well, I mean, the organization is first class. I think everybody, it's not just the players, the coaches, GMs, it's everybody in the front office. I mean, they just had everybody clap for me out there. That was pretty special. I didn't expect that. So everything that's done in the organization is first class, and yeah, I mean, I've put a lot of trust in me in the past couple of years and the coming years, and yeah, just about the city. I mean, I came here when I was 20 years old from Switzerland. Obviously didn't know much about Nashville, and yeah, I was just, it was mind-blowing how nice people are in Nashville. I mean, everybody is friendly, everybody's so welcoming, and this place has felt like home for me. And yeah, like I said, I met my wife here, I got married here. Yeah, it's an awesome place, it's an awesome city with awesome people, and yeah, get to play in best organization in the league.
Peter, you've seen the core of the team get locked up over the last 5+ years since you've been here. What has kind of changed about those guys from then when you first took over to now, where they're all older, they're all etc.?
Yeah, I think we have more miles on us, all of us. You talk about the core of players that have been here for a while. We've experienced some successes, and we've got some scars on us, and I think all of that helps to build our team. We've worked really hard at establishing a culture inside of our room, led by Roman and the group that you're talking about, and other players as well that maybe don't have a letter on their jersey. And for me, our room is in a really good spot. It's led in the right direction on a daily basis with people that work hard every day in practice, and people that play the game the right way, and that's why we've been successful. So, for me, it's led by Roman, but the core that's been together for me is a big part of it. Everybody does their part inside the room.
Roman, I noticed that the cap hit of your contract is 9.059. Those two numbers, 90 and 59, are important to you. I mean, was that something that you wanted to get in there just for any particular reason?
It wasn't the most important thing, but I think it's just pretty funny. I mean, it's my number, and obviously a 90 is my birth year, so wasn't first on the list, but.